Hello, everybody. Welcome to JaMHappyHour, and welcome to an extra Thirsty Thursday JaMHappyHour session, because today is National Drink Wine Day. So I hope everybody watching at home has got their glass filled up, just like me. And if not, we'll be posting links over the course of the show that provide you with options in order to purchase our product. In the meantime, I'm very excited to present today's artists. We actually have a little duo going on today. We have Irena and Dirk. How we doing?
Doing good. Just getting our headphones kind of set here. They came unplugged, but
all good.
There we go.
It's a live show. Things happen. You know, nothing is gonna go perfectly today, and that's like the beauty of a live show and live concerts.
Exactly.
So I'm excited to hear some of the Rainy Eyes music today. And for everybody watching, where is the best place online that they can keep updated with, like real-time updates for your music? Is it Facebook or Instagram? Where are you posting new
I
music?
guess those two places would be the best place. And also our website, rainyeyesmusic.com.
Perfect. So you put out the debut album, was it 2019?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. And you've been working on some new stuff also in the past year or two.
Yes, indeed.
Are we going to get to hear some of that today?
Yeah, we're going to be playing some stuff off of the upcoming album that's kind of in the works, just being mixed right now, and Dirk has produced a lot of the album and playing on all the songs. And so yeah, I'm really excited to put that out in the world, because it's been quite a long time coming. It's been almost 2 years since we started recording it, and yeah, I'm excited. We actually have several other albums in the works. I mean, yeah, probably 2 or 3 that we're also kind of working on simultaneously. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, good things take time.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Mm-hmm.
fine wine.
Exactly. Cheers to that, Dirk.
Here's to that tie.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, you gonna clink on it?
Clink on it.
All right, we're certainly going to be jamming out today. We're going to be jamming out with the Jam Cellars wines, which can be found at the links posted below. And we're going to be jamming out to Rainy Eyes music. I'm very excited to hear what you've got in store for us. We're going to be hearing, I think, Dirk, you're going to be doing fiddle and electric guitar today, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, I might do a little accordion too. We're in Louisiana here, so a little Cajun accordion too.
Sweet. And then, how about you, Irena? Are you going to be doing guitar and vocals?
Stick to my guitar here.
Awesome.
And sing a little, yeah.
Very excited. All right, well, without further ado, if you want to just take it away, we can get going.
Yeah, here's a new one that hasn't been released yet. So it's called You Just Want What You Can't Have.
Whoa.
You just want what you can't have. You just You just won't. Oh, you just won't. Oh, you just won't what you can't have. Oh, well, you can't have me. Oh, you can't have me. Oh, you can't have me.
Woo! Thank you, Irena and Dirk. Everybody, this is some not yet released music that will be put out by Rainy Eyes, which I'm very excited to hear. And it sounds like they've got a lot of stuff that is in the works. And I guess my question for the two of you is, have you experienced any sort of evolution or any change in the creative process, or obviously the career path has changed a bit in the last year, but in terms of your songwriting and just the entire, A to Z in that creative process, has anything changed dramatically, or?
We've been writing a lot more songs.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. I think especially right when it kind of hit last March or so, when it was suddenly you were rooted in your home in a different way. I know that I planted a garden for the first time ever, and I remember writing a song about that, just about these sort of neighbors of mine that I didn't know lived literally on my land, like digging into the dirt, and all the creatures and all the life and all this. It was a really interesting moment because it was very locally focused and centered, but then everybody was reaching out online. So it was it was both kind of more local and more virtual too. And so I definitely found personally that the creative sparks were flowing in different ways. And it is a tricky time to try to make a living as a musician. I mean, I remember every festival that canceled in 2020 said, we're all going to be back in 2021. We'll just do it next year. And so far only one has done that,
Right.
So yeah, it's an adjustment. I think the whole world is adjusting though, so it's not unique to musicians or the creative types or whatever. But it is an interesting time. But definitely, things have changed for sure.
Absolutely.
Dirk was on the road with Joan Baez for the past 10 years, and when I first came to his house, I was like, oh, you have a lot of fake plants. It's like, yeah, I can never keep a real house plant. So, and now he's, got a beautiful big garden, and so that's a good positive at least.
What was the first thing that you planted? Because I feel like for people, when they start to garden and they start to grow their own plants and fruits and vegetables, it's always that first one is whatever you love the most to eat.
Yeah, it was tomatoes, cucumbers, it was that kind of thing. Louisiana kind of ready for the summer garden kind of energy.
Yeah.
A lot of peppers. Actually, the peppers held on until this freeze. Within the last 3 or 4 days, it was down to 12 degrees here, which basically never happens. And so the peppers fought through a lot. Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Obviously, you all are getting fires out there. We're getting, because of climate change, we're getting both hurricanes and these sub-freezing temperatures that are crazy. And so, yeah, the peppers made it through the hurricanes, but the freeze got them. But they held up for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so you guys are in Louisiana? Is that what you were saying earlier?
Yeah.
So are you going through the same sort of climate conditions as, because I have friends in Texas, and it's just insane. Obviously you have power right now, but have you experienced any power outages or any of those things?
They did turn the power off a little bit, and it definitely made me scared. I was like, I cannot, like, oh my God, what's it gonna be like to, because this house has no, it's like a Louisiana house. It's just very drafty, and but his mom's house, the pipes burst, and so
Yeah.
she doesn't have running water. So it's definitely, and then, there's so many accidents on the road because people don't
Right.
know how to drive in this kind of weather.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of scary. It feels a little bit like, similar to the hurricanes of just, it's kind of disaster mode, emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my thoughts are with everyone who's enduring these crazy, another unprecedented situation. But with that being said, I hope everyone who is watching, I'm sure most people do have a loved one or someone that they know that's being affected by the climate right now. So my thoughts are with everybody, and I hope everyone is being safe and taking the proper precautions amidst everything.
Yeah.
But that's what we're doing right now, is trying to kind of lighten the mood and provide people with an outlet to, for just an hour, kind of escape reality. Just for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So nice.
Music and wine are very powerful forces in
For
that
sure.
regard.
It's keeping us, alive here.
Right?
Cheers to that.
I mean, every time you say wine, I just said it. So I have another sip.
Uh-oh.
This is really good, by the way. The Chardonnay.
It's very, very good.
Butter.
It's delicious.
It's very delicious.
Oh, are you sipping on
Yeah.
the butter?
Yeah,
butter.
exactly.
Awesome.
here it is.
Oh, goodness.
Woo!
Kind of a janky
Having more headphone issues here.
table situation.
Oh, no worries.
I apologize.
It's okay. So this is Rainy Eyes, everybody. And what do you call rain from another country?
Oh, is this one of the jokes?
For rain.
Ding, ding, ding.
Is that right?
You got it. I have to drink twice now.
Yay.
Wow.
Love it.
Great job.
I actually missed your answer. What was it?
For rain.
For
What do you call a baby owl caught in the rain?
Oh, I don't know.
baby.
Don't worry, he's fine. A moist owlet.
Oh, nice. A moist.
Yep, there we
Oh,
go.
we have to drink to each joke, right?
That's why I said a second bottle on hand ain't a bad
We got
idea.
one in the fridge.
All right, you two. Do we have a couple of songs? Maybe we could do back to back.
Yeah. We got a couple from for my first album, Moon in the Mirror. This is the first track on the album called Dreamed About You.
Woo!
Cool.
Yeah.
You kicked it off so well last time.
Well, you counted it off so well, so let's do it all together.
Okay, 1, 2.
Yay.
Cool.
Cool song.
All right. Thanks. Now.
Now,
A little
we do the
electric
title
guitar.
cut. The title
Title
cut.
cut, exactly. Moon in the Mirror, which is a line from a Gillian Welch song, actually. I do want to make a disclaimer. But she's one of my main inspirations for songwriting,
Oh,
so
that's-
I think it's pretty fitting.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Get inspired by your heroes and your sheroes.
Shiras, exactly. My biggest shiro. Okay, cool. This one's called Moon in the Mirror. I guess no intro? Or?
Sure.
Just 5 more miles down this county road, and my backseat's packed with a heavy load. I'm traveling with the moon in the mirror. Open up the window, feel the wind in my hair, and take account of what's really there. Turn the wipers on so I can see things clear. Well, I took the keys and away I run in my barefoot feet towards the setting sun. Drove all night into the morning. Hit the open road to the great unknown with the pain so down to my bone. Finally, I had my very last warning. When my eyes open wide and nothing left to hide, just me and my little love down this old highway. I can't look back now. I can't ask why or how. Just keep on moving forward towards a new day. I was born awake with a soul so wise it was for my taste, the pure disguise. Everyone seems to believe it. The world made us images of different shade, and every day as we grow around more of it. Dying brings us back to what we came with. When my eyes open wide and nothing left to hide, just me and my little love down this old highway. I can't look back now. I can't ask why or how. Just keep on moving forward towards a new day. Take me back to my home. In the mirror, I wanna go home. Oh,
Woo! Round of applause for Rainy Eyes. Thank you. So this has been Irena and Dirk, everybody, and you can find Rainy Eyes Music. And you were saying it's rainyeyesmusic.com?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I should say that Dirk just put out an awesome album as well. That's online, Spotify and everything. It's called When I Wait for You, right? It's
Yeah.
really, real good. You should go check it out.
Under the name Dirk Powell.
Yeah.
There we have it, people.
Thanks for that.
Well, happy National Drink Wine Day to everybody. What is a horse's favorite type of wine?
Cabernet.
That's pretty much the same thing. It's
been
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. Well, of
Both
course.
work. Both work.
Well, let's have both then.
Cheers.
Let's start with Chardonnay.
Someone's pouring my wine for me and bringing it to me right now. So I'll just, no, you guys sip. You can sip for me. And that, those two back to back. So we heard the intro song to Moon in the Mirror, Dreamed About You. And then we just listened to Moon in the Mirror. So with that being said, how does the man on the moon cut his hair?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I want to know.
Eclipse it.
Oh, eclipse it.
I'm loving these jokes.
That's great.
Much
Love it.
appreciated.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Thank
good.
you.
Eclipse it.
Why does Earth only have one moon?
Don't know.
Because over here we're monogamous.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Wow. You're blowing my mind a
Monogamous.
little bit, honestly.
Yeah, they're all
Jokes are actually really good.
they're good and they're very
They're
of the moment.
great but terrible
Yeah.
at the same time.
Love 'em.
Make sure you check out Rainy Eyes Music and Dirk Powell's music. The link's posted below. In addition to that, you can give the stuff that we're sipping on a try if you haven't already by venturing over to jamcellars.com/buy. We have a couple different options, including our wine finder. Basically consists of you just typing in your zip code and finding the stores within your local area that supply our wines. We also directly ship to most of the 50 states' front doors. And of course, you can join us here at our downtown Napa tasting room. We have a couple of outdoor tables that we're able to host at for the time being. And we look forward to getting back to the live in-person concerts that we used to do on the weekends. And with that being said, I would love to have the both of you, when that happens again, come and perform here for everybody.
I would love that.
Sounds delightful.
I can't wait.
I think
Hopefully soon.
it was one of your posts, Irina. It was you were like, "Oh, what I wouldn't give to be at a random bar with 3 drunk people in the crowd again." And it's like, it's so true. It's such a no matter the crowd anymore. Like, I would take an elbow to the eye socket in a crowd full of people right now, and I would embrace it, and I would be so happy.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I really sincerely was missing playing some shitty dive bar with bad sound and just 3 people in the audience. I'm like, I would love to do that right now. I know I would just
Yes.
enjoy myself so much,
We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
coming back.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, it's going to be the new Roaring 20s when it does come back.
That's what
Whew.
When we get on the other side of this, it's the new Roaring 20s
Right,
are
the
coming on the
Roaring
horizon.
2020s.
Yes. Well, as of right now, we still have, so Jam Cellars were the presenting sponsor of the music festival Bottle Rock, which was scheduled for last May. Obviously, that was postponed to last October, and now it's repostponed to this upcoming September. So fingers crossed that we can maintain that lineup and the music festival as a whole, because we have some awesome headliners. I don't know if you guys have looked into Bottle Rock at all, but
Yeah, I was emailing with them back in 2019 or whatever. So, but that never came to fruition, obviously. But yeah, it's a great festival. Tom Petty had played
yes.
last.
I know.
last
I
3
saw him.
shows there, right?
It was a few months before he passed that I
Yeah.
got to see him for the first and last time. But
That's so lucky. Wow.
it's always a great time, a great festival. It combines the forces of music, obviously, and then the wine and the amazing food that Napa Valley has to offer. So it's a great time, and hopefully we can keep that on the agenda for the September. And maybe you guys can come.
Sounds
We
good.
would love to, of course.
Definitely kick off the new Roaring 20s.
Right.
Right.
Post-summer.
All right, you two. Do we have another song?
Yeah. This is kind of, I was like, oh, we should have played that next, because it's a song I wrote when I just moved to Louisiana. One of the first things that happened was we experienced one of the most intense hurricanes here in, I don't know, in a while, right?
In a while, yeah.
Hurricane Laura, which is one of my best friend's name, but I hold nothing against her.
Is she super feisty? Like
She's very feisty, so it kind of fit, you know. But yeah, it definitely sparked some inspiration. So I wrote this little song called "Just a Little Rain," and yeah, try to play it. It's definitely one of those unreleased numbers. Okay, let's try it. Okay. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Lord knows I pay my dues as I sit here in Louisiana, waiting for this storm to pass on through. And it's just a little, just a little, just a little, just a little rain. Close my eyes and listen to the rolling thunder of the hurricane. Soon I know the birds will sing, eventually the sun will shine again. And it's just a little, just a little, just a little, just a little rain. I know I dreamed you long before you were mine. Just 2,000 miles between us and an ocean of time. It was just a little, just a little, just a little, just a little rain. Close my eyes and listen to the rolling thunder of the hurricane. Soon I know the birds will sing, eventually the sun will shine again. And it's just a little, just a little, just a little, just a little rain. I walked through the burning fire, felt the flame on my skin, wading knee deep through the mire, left old California in the spring. It was just a little, just a little, just a little, just a little pain. Close my eyes and
That's Just a Little Rain by Rainy Eyes. That is unreleased, everybody. And if you're just now tuning in, we are shouting out Laura, which is Irena's best friend. But I'm not shouting out the hurricane because that's not what I'm doing. But
Hope she's watching.
shout out to you, Laura. But that's crazy because the Hurricane Laura, that was taking place at like the end of summer last year. Or it started towards the end of summer. So you just moved to Louisiana last summer?
Yeah, basically. Beginning of last summer. And yeah, but we had kind of just started settling in and gotten our place and stuff when that happened. And then walked out in the morning and it was like the whole street was just covered in fallen trees. It was like, oh.
And power lines down
And
everywhere.
power lines.
Just, like,
Oh, God.
just active
everywhere.
power lines like laying around.
And
Well,
in the
and-
beginning, I was like, what's the big deal? Like, everyone's freaking out about this hurricane. Like, what's the big deal? And then I was like, oh, shit.
Well, because you had just moved, you'd
Really
lived
intense.
for like a decade or more in the Bay Area, right?
I was trying to escape the fires. You know, I was like, oh, I'm going to move. You know, I can't do another fire season. So I moved. And then the first thing that happened was like, oh,
Oh,
there's
my
no
gosh.
escaping global warming. You know, it's
Right.
just. Yeah.
what do you call a pile of coins in the rain?
You're such a
Bit
good-
wet? No, I was trying to tie in Bitcoin somehow. No, I don't know what.
Climate change.
Climate change.
Oh.
All right, well, we're supposed to take a drink at every punchline. We heard.
Cheers to you. Irena, as far as I'm concerned, you're freaking invincible. Like, you've gotten through pandemic, fires, moving, hurricane,
The freeze.
now freezing
Just
conditions.
a little
Yeah.
freeze. You
I
can write
mean-
that song now.
Just a little freeze.
Yes, you
No,
should.
I did write a song called "It's Snowing in Louisiana." It was a waltz.
Yeah. Well, you know, like it used to not snow here very often, but then it's like, oh, it's a 100-year storm, and then it's like, oh, there was another one of those last year, right? You know. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's the new normal.
I feel like I've experienced it all at this point, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still feels so lucky. I still like am reminding myself every day, like it could be so much worse. Like,
Yeah.
hey, like we're here
True.
inside, like comfortable, and you know we're not.
A lot
yeah,
of people in
It could be
Texas
so much worse.
suffering so much right now, and it is just next door, and that same dip, you know, of the jet stream or whatever could have come over this way a little bit, and we could be just going through what they're going through. So
Yeah. It's crazy
crazy.
seeing like the videos of people's houses because obviously Texas houses are built for the opposite, like humidity and super hot weather, not snow and lots of it. And so seeing these videos of, you know, the insulation of people's houses just like falling in and collapsing, it's really scary. And I know we did this earlier, but I just want to raise a glass to everyone that's going through all of this, whether you're in Texas or another place in the U.S. that's suffering through these like crazy conditions. And I hope everyone's being safe and okay. So cheers.
just to that.
You need a refill?
I guess I do.
A report?
I knew it. Okay, have you ever had any crazy weather occurrences? Because how
Thank
long
you.
were you living in Europe?
I grew up in Bergen, Norway, and moved to Denmark when I was 18. And then I moved directly from Denmark to California. I was 19. So I guess I lived there for 18 years. It's almost, honestly, getting close to having lived here as long as I lived there, which blows my mind. But yeah.
Did like the weather ever do crazy stuff like it does all the time in the US or?
I mean, I grew up on the West Coast, so it's more similar to British, like England, and you know that kind of weather. Like it didn't snow very much, and that's actually a weird thing because I grew up like summers were gray and cold, and winters were gray and cold, and it was like it rarely snowed. Like if it snowed, it was a really exciting big deal.
Right.
And I remember like 2 or 3 winters where we got to go ice skating and stuff where it was cold enough for that. But now it's like all winter, and it's, basically my mom can like go skiing out her back door. And so, yeah, it's totally different from when I was growing up. And and the summers are warm. Like we haven't been back, obviously, in a couple of years, or we haven't been back. We weren't back this summer, but the year before, it was 70 degrees and super nice and sunny, and just like swimming and being out in the boat and going fishing like every day. It was like really nice. And so I love that, but then you feel guilty. You're like, oh, I love this, but like it shouldn't be like this.
Yeah,
like it should be raining right now.
It's so nice, but this is so bad.
Exactly.
Well, I've been working on a Scandinavian joke. It'd be Swede if I could finish.
Oh,
But
nice.
right now-
I caught that one. Should we
Right
drink
now,
to
there's
that?
just Norway. There's just Norway.
Nice.
Two. Okay, yeah, well,
Well, yeah. I mean,
those are very subtle, but
very cool.
Cheers to everybody watching today. Thank you for tuning in to Jam Happy Hour. We've got more music coming up. I think the two of you have got another 2 songs back to back. Right?
yeah,
Oh, busting out the accordion.
Busting out the accordion.
What?
yeah,
Awesome.
Louisiana vibe here.
yeah, for sure. Sorry. Yeah, we got a couple of songs from the new album that's coming out, and one of them is, pretty. Well, they're both pretty serious, and I don't know if I should talk about it or just play it, but yeah, this first one, I guess, is pretty hard for me to sing sometimes because it just stirs up a lot of feelings. But it's called "To Take His Life," and I guess the only thing I'll say about it is that it's really hard to watch having a young 8-year-old son, and just seeing all the injustice happening in the world and trying to explain to him why people are protesting and why there is so much inequality, and why some people have certain privileges and others don't, and it doesn't make any sense. And even just as an adult, I'm just baffled by like the super obvious injustice happening, and kind of how we're all just going about our daily lives and accepting it. And so I guess you'll just listen to the lyrics to see what it's about. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It's called "To Take His Life." I find it hard to believe that you ever really loved me. And it seems a little strange that you never really could see how you treated me oh so wrong. And you held on for so long. And I kept on getting smaller. Sooner or later, I would have faded away. 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 Neath ruins and ashes and thick dusty air, in an ocean of tears, there's still one thing left to spare. I wouldn't faded away. I wouldn't faded away. I wouldn't faded away. I wouldn't faded away. Now I see a bright horizon, and I pine for a better day. And I wish you all the love you can find. That's all I really say. I will still be fading away. I will still be fading away. I will still be fading away. I will be fading away. Oh.
thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to everyone who's tuned in today for today's Jam Happy Hour. Make sure you check out our products online. Jam Happy Hour is available as a podcast now too, which you can find in links posted below. It's so much fun to interact with artists. It's been so much fun with you, Irena, and with you, Dirk, and having this ability to have this, even though it's a virtual option, virtual concert, it is amazing to still have this live sort of experience. And I thank you so much for continuing with producing and writing and just keeping that creativity even during the craziest times flowing. So thank you to the two of you. And definitely, if you're watching, check out both of their music, Rainy Eyes and Dirk Powell's music. I think, Irena, you were saying that Dirk has a new song that's out now?
He has a
too?
new album.
A new album. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what's
When
the
I
name
Wait
of that
for
one?
You.
When
It's called When I Wait for You, right?
Yeah, When I Wait for You. Yeah, it's on Compass Records. When I Wait for You.
Sweet. And then do we have a timeline for when this new stuff, the unreleased stuff that you've been performing, will be released, or is it a mystery?
I wish I could.
It's a little bit of a mystery. It's an interesting time because in some ways it's like you want to finish it and then have it poised for
Right.
when we can play shows again
Yeah.
and like be ready to go. It's an interesting time to release music, so we're kind of navigating some of
I
that.
think we're definitely going to release a single in the coming months here, at least. And so just to kind of put something out there, and then the full album, sometime this year. That's the plan.
So to everyone watching, make sure you keep your eyes peeled sometime this spring or early summer. And if you want to keep that live update on your social media feed, make sure that you click the follow or subscribe button on the social media platforms and their handles that are going to be linked below. And with that being said, everybody stick around because I think we've got 2 more songs. We're going to go into overtime a little bit today, but that's all right because it's the extra Thirsty Thursday. Am I
That's
right?
true.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of which, in case you can't tell, this wine is really, really good.
Yeah. No, we're not just pretending. We actually
No,
love
this
it.
People always ask me like, what's the most you've ever spent on a bottle of wine? And I really have to think about it. And then I usually just say, about 15 minutes.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
All right, you two. That's another sip, by the way.
That reminds me of a
yeah,
joke.
yeah.
That reminds me of a joke, which I
Oh.
would like to share, right?
Ooh.
Which is, what is the Cajun record for the 100-yard dash? 70 yards.
I didn't get it.
You don't get it? Well, that's okay.
I have to
I'll
sip
explain
twice.
it.
Can you explain it? I'm so sorry.
Sure.
Most of his jokes are really funny immediately.
Well, why don't you tell the joke in Norwegian and you'll see how funny we think it is.
Oh, well, in the meantime, for everybody watching, make sure that you go and download Moon in the Mirror. That's available to you on every major music platform, right?
Yeah, and you can also go to the website and
You can also, you can order vinyl. There's some lovely
order the
vinyl.
vinyl, which
Ooh.
I actually am shocked that people are actually ordering that, and I've been shipping them to like Japan and stuff. So,
Wow.
yeah, go raineyeyesmusic.com.
That's
if you want
awesome.
a copy.
And that intro song, Dreamed About You, I think there's a super dope music video they can
Yeah.
find on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
Heck
by Alana and Paul, an amazing Louis Helser production company. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Yes. Moon in the Mirror, people. Before we get into these last 2 songs, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
No.
No.
Apparently on Yelp, so they say. There's great food, but no atmosphere.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh, we'll have to drink to that one too.
With that being
That's
said, we'll get into these last two songs. But
Love
thank
it.
you guys. You've been
Perfect.
great
I feel like I
sports.
should
Cheers.
say real quick while we're talking about this record is that my friend Laura is the photographer who took these photos too. Laura Kadinski.
Shout out to Laura, the feisty woman.
The feisty Laura.
Yes.
She's actually really sweet, but yeah.
So this is a super new song, right?
Yeah, this is the newest one.
This is
of
like
all
a few
my new
few
songs.
days old, right?
Yeah. And I guess, being stuck at home and having, going from like having a really kind of busy life of touring and traveling and having toured a lot solo in the past couple of years. This one kind of goes out to all my fellow lady musician friends who are also stuck at home right now, dreaming of the road.
Cool.
It's called Misty Mama. Well, I don't know what it's called, actually. Might be called To Satisfy Her Soul.
Yeah. You might have to tune a little bit.
I know.
This is the thing with a capo. When you put a capo on, sometimes you have to retune.
And I'm super lame. I don't have my regular
So
tune.
we'll take a second to retune. It'll be worth it.
Can you explain the joke while we do
Explain the joke. Okay, here's the joke about the 100-yard dash. The record for the 100-yard dash should be like 11 seconds. Right? Like how fast you ran the 100-yard dash.
Right.
But basically, the idea being that somebody got like 70 yards and was like, screw it. That's far enough.
That's very Cajun. Can you
Right.
tell that other funny one? Oh, that's kind of long. Yeah.
Which one?
With the guys, the like businessman who comes and like, oh, but if you catch like.
I could
more
tell it while you
shrimp-
tune.
Can you? Because it's gonna take me a minute.
Okay.
It's really funny.
So, there's a Cajun guy under a tree sitting there enjoying a beer in the afternoon. His limousine passes. All of a sudden, it stops, and this guy gets out of the back and he says, "Listen, I'm a businessman. I'm from another part of the country." He says, "I gotta say, I'm seeing you here middle of the afternoon on a weekday, and you're not working, you're under a tree, just you're chilling out." He says, "I gotta say, that's extremely disturbing to me. Where's the work ethic? Where's the the pursuit of the American dream? Where's the sort of capitalist motivation here to be making money right now?" And he says, "Well, like, for instance, tell me what do you do?" And the Cajun guy says, "Well, man, I go out in the Gulf, I got me a little boat, and I go out there and I get some shrimp, and I sell the shrimp, and that's what I do, make a little money." The guy says, "Okay, all right, you get some shrimp." He says, if you were out there right now, maybe you would get a lot more shrimp, and then you could sell that shrimp, you could buy a second boat. And if you bought a second boat, maybe you could hire somebody else to run that boat, Then you would make you'd have so much more money from all the shrimp. He says you could like get both boats out there, and you could actually stay on shore and start a business to process that seafood when it comes back in. You could sell that, maybe locally and then expand. You could maybe get a whole fleet of ships, and you could freeze the shrimp, and you could start a whole seafood, sort of a processing plant. You could ship that all around the country, and you could make a ton of money. You could have a whole fleet of boats. Maybe you could expand into a whole frozen food business, and you could make so much money that you'd make such a fortune, you just then sit back and relax." And the guy says, "Maybe that's what I'm doing right now." So, little Louisiana vibe.
I love it.
Love it? You
I
feeling
love it.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Here's the new song.
Cool.
Yeah. Misty Mama on the run, breaking out towards that rising sun. Spend the night on a stranger's floor, dreaming of an open door. poppies and those fields of gold. That old highway is her home. Oh, how she rides. Oh, how she rolls. Oh, how she rides to satisfy her soul. Oh, how she rides. Oh, how she rolls. Oh, how she rides to satisfy her soul. To satisfy her soul.
Very nice.
Cool.
La dernière.
Last one.
Cool.
All right. This one, gotta move the keyboard. Last song. It's called Lonesome Highway. Kind of a similar vibe actually to that last one, but this was my attempt to write a song that wasn't about me. It was more of like I want to write like songs that are more like a little short movie or something like that. So that's what brought this song on. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2. Billy was a low down pedal rocking king, riding that white pony, beat the Memphis train. Took his racket down south, room 203. Put the car in the door, set him free. Oh, 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 oh. Mama, she liked drinking pins and needles too. Strung out on the couch with cocaine blues. Baby girl on the kitchen counter cooking a can of beans. Mama's on the corner to make a little green. Oh, 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 oh. What's it gonna take to get you back on track? You took that bad road, it's so hard to get back. You gotta ride that lonesome highway by yourself. Yeah, you gotta ride that lonesome highway by yourself. Katie carried all her cash to the depot, waiting for that gray dog to take her out to Colorado. Suitcase full of dirty money she found hiding under the bed. Mama split for Arizona, Daddy shot down dead. Oh, what's it gonna take to get you back on track? You took that bad road, it's so hard to get back. You gotta ride that lonesome highway by yourself. Yeah, you gotta ride that lonesome highway by yourself. Yes, sister's gotta ride that lonesome highway by herself. Yeah, she's gotta ride that lonesome highway by herself. Yeah, you gotta ride that lonesome highway by yourself. Yeah, you gotta ride that lonesome highway by yourself. Yes, it's gotta ride that lonesome highway by herself. Yeah, she's gotta ride that lonesome highway by herself.
Thank you so much, Arena. And
you.
thank you to Dirk. And make sure
you,
you check
everybody.
out all the music that's been posted below for the two of them. Keep your eyes peeled for what has yet to come. And thanks for tuning in for Jam Happy Hour.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Woo! I loved
right.
the last joke, Dirk. It was good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
And on that note, it's the extra Thirsty Thursday, and I'm gonna take another 2 drinks just because like that joke was so. I had to really pay attention.
Cool.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.